Kayak. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, let's go. Can everybody hear Kool Kayak?
Hello, 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 everybody. Hello.
Yeah, let us know if this sounds good from my part and Kool Kayak's. We can do adjustment levels. We can hear you both. Woo! Let's go.
Sweet.
Awesome. Hey Armag, how's it going? But Kool Kayak, happy weekend to you. How are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. Happy weekend to you and everybody else here. I have Pokey today, and I'm gonna indulge while we have lovely conversations. And I'm very excited. I haven't touched it yet.
Okay, can I see the pokey?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, delicious. That looks really good. I think they started opening up more up because I'm so happy that I live in the cities, because when I used to live like not close to the cities, we didn't get restaurants like that. And now I'm just only like walking distance or maybe like 10-15 minutes away from amazing restaurants near me. So
Nice.
yeah. But I also brought lunch too. So
let's see it.
Mine's I brought nuggies.
Nuggies, nice. Simple,
Yeah, simple,
but delicious.
Yeah. I recently got an air fryer, and oh my god.
They look well done.
Yeah, that's my savior. I've never had an air fryer before, so I finally picked one up. And oh my gosh, some of the food is just crazy. Like, let's just, for example, if you buy McDonald's French fries, right? And you know how McDonald's French fries, like, they're only like they taste like really good only for like 2 minutes when it's really hot. Then when you bring them home, they're cold. Well, this one, when you use an air fryer, guys, it's like brand new.
It changes the game for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yep, I love it. And also, guys, too, I do apologize ahead of time if I don't read any of your comments or anything. So if you want us to recognize something, feel free to highlight it too. Yeah, but amazing. I'm glad you're having an amazing weekend. Let's cheers before we start chatting. So we'll cheers to our food.
Yes.
Here's my nuggie. There you go.
Cheers.
We'll take a bite.
Cheers.
Then
here's the salmon.
Sorry for my crunching. I'm gonna mute myself for a little bit.
No, you're totally good. This is in fact luncho with a friendo.
I just want to respect people that don't like crunching noises, because I think some people dislike them. If you're just like crunching on stream or something. But sometimes I can't help myself because I love to eat.
Same. Me too. Well, first off, I just want to say thank you for inviting me here. It's quite the honor to be on the Lunch Show with a Friendo podcast. A big old cheers. Thank you.
No, not you. You see this right now on my screen? I'm reversing that back to you. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here, Kayak.
Of course.
I got a first question for you. I want to know the origins of your name, Kool Kayak. Where did you come up with that?
Okay. So, some may know this who are within my community. But for those who don't know, the reason why I picked the name, my name originally, before I even started streaming, before I really got into Twitch, was Kool Kayla. Like Kool and then Kayla. And I was like, I don't know, something about that just doesn't fit. And I've had like inside jokes with my friends where we say our name. Like we say our name, but like something close to our name, but not quite my name. So my friends would always be like calling me Kayak for funsies. And I was like, what if I just put Kool Kayak? And then that's what happened. I just put Kool Kayak, and it felt more fitting than Kool Kayla because I just felt like that was too simple. I needed something with more pizzazz.
Ooh, I like that a lot. Kind of remind me of like with my name too, because I was originally called d-Rad Punk, but you know everybody has a punk in their nickname. You know, Punk has one. I'm sure others have one too. So when I wanted to rebrand, I'm just like, man, I like punk, but I want it to be different. So I put the X in the end.
Yeah.
So it became punks.
Yeah.
So I like that a lot.
Nice.
Kool Kayak is really cool because it just kind of like flows. Like the coolest of all
Right?
kayaks. I love saying that.
I love how that's a thing too. I love how like people have started saying the coolest of all kayaks. I'm like,
Yeah.
I just love how the name just ends up changing and like people come up with a lot of creative ways to say cool
hmm
kayak or address me. Anyways.
That's what I love about the community, they just
Hmm.
come up with things for you and it just becomes a thing, you know?
People are so creative. That's why like I always try to give communities more credit because they also make content for you too.
Yep. Yeah, the community here, because you guys are the backbone when you like help us out with like new ideas and concepts and everything, which I really like
Hmm.
because I wouldn't have done Biscuit Energy without them, to be honest, because it was just a simple mistake, just like for me, just like because when I first started going on Twitch, I had a lot of friends over in the UK, and they asked me what my
Hmm.
favorite food was in America, what I like to eat. Then just randomly I said, I like biscuits. And they're like, ooh, cookies. I'm like, no, I like the ones from Popeyes. And they didn't know what Popeyes was, so I just put like pictures on the
Oh.
Discord of biscuits and everything. They're like, ooh, that sounds delicious. We never ate that before. And
Yeah.
they just called me the biscuit guy every time I came in.
The biscuit guy. I was wondering where biscuit energy came from. I love that.
Yeah, and I just loved it because it kept on catching on, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna make something for them. So I made a emote when I got affiliated with Biscuit Energy, and they all loved it. And it just became a thing, and I loved it so much.
Yeah, I love that.
Mm-hmm. Like the coolest of all kayaks, I loved it. Do you have anything else besides that? The coolest of all kayaks. Do you have anything else?
Lately people have been calling me Kayaku-chan, and that's just out of an inside joke more than anything.
Yeah.
And then also there's some people who actually address me as cool.
Mm-hmm.
There's most people address me as Kayla actually.
Mm-hmm.
But the funny thing is that, blindfold, she'll still address me as Kayak, even though like her and I have worked closely together, like with the Scuffed Streamer Awards and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
like some people just have a variation of what they address me, which I don't mind. I think whatever you feel comfortable calling me, as long as it's like within the like
The realm.
appropriate, of course,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
yeah.
I love that. What do you mean, Kayla?
I know. Okay, hero.
I love it. I love it. Can you tell me about your Twitch journey? Like, how did you get into streaming on Twitch? Was there somebody that like motivated you? Let me know your whole like origin story. Like,
The origin story.
yeah.
Okay. So, um, I back in 2020, I feel like a lot of people started in 2020, but
Yep.
back in 2020, I have always like known about Twitch, but I've never really gotten like involved in anybody's communities. Like I was just like very new to the platform.
Mm-hmm.
And I always have wanted to like make content one way or another. I just didn't know what that would look like. Excuse me. I didn't know what that would look like. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And so I liked playing games, and especially with the pandemic happening, like I played games a lot more often. And so I like streamed once or twice in 2020, but I was still very nervous. And then in 2021, I was like, all right, this time I'm going to do it because I like playing games for one. And for two, like I put it in my mind that I wanted to create a sense of community, and I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. And I in middle school, and like I always had like a way to express myself creatively, especially performative. And so I thought maybe Twitch would be a great way to do it, considering we were in a pandemic. And so for a good like month or two, I like seriously sat down to get to know Twitch, the platform, to get to know even like the marketing side, how people market themselves, what do they do, what do they add onto their streams, how can I get inspired by other people and what they do, and then think about how I would want to do that in my own channel, in my own community. So then starting from there, after I'd done that, it was now about getting the courage to put myself out there and take up space in the online world. And I think as somebody who had a difficult time taking up space, that is why it was really out of my comfort zone to even choose to do so and to keep going with streaming on Twitch. And so the moment I pressed the start streaming button and I played Omori for the first time, I haven't stopped since. And that was back in November of 2021.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
I remember, I think, and I miss him so much, Triforce +1. I did, but yeah, Triforce. Shout out to Triforce. We miss you wherever you are.
Miss you, Triforce.
But yeah, he raided over to you. And I remember you playing Omari, or was it Omari or Earthbound? It was one of those games. But I just remember just like going into your stream and just like gravitating towards your like energy. I'm just like, oh, this is awesome. It's like, it's like the same energy that like Triforce has was like with you. Cause that's pretty cool that you're in theater too.
Yeah.
So you said you started in high school doing that?
Doing theater?
Yeah.
In high school, I primarily did it, but I did do it in elementary school, and I got involved in like drama and stuff in middle school. But for the most part, it was high school. Yeah.
Okay. What got you? What got you into theater?
This is like the most cliche shit, or sorry, excuse me, but this is the most cliche thing ever. But like, I feel like as a kid, I knew that I wanted to be doing things like theater, like acting. Like literally, I have pictures of myself when I was like 3 years old, just like I wanted to be a model and an actress. So I just have like a photo of me going like this as a child. So like it's always been a something I've just always really enjoyed or always dreamed of doing. So when the first play I ever did was Cinderella, and I got casted as Cinderella. Ooh. And that was my first time on stage, and I loved it. Like the feeling you get when you're in front of people on stage playing a character. Like even then, I really, really enjoyed like the rush that I would get doing so, and then being able to play a character. I don't know. It felt like a way of expressing myself without expressing myself. And so I took a little bit of a breather from there, and then I had more opportunities later. Especially throughout high school. And I don't know, the people that would usually be in drama or like doing acting stuff, I resonated a lot with, and like we all had similar hobbies and connected over movies, film, acting, plays and musicals, singing and all that stuff. And I felt very inspired, so I just followed whatever I felt inspired with, you know? I feel like that's kind of the way, like whatever makes you happy, whatever fuels a fire within you, I feel like you should just follow that.
Oh yeah, totally agree. That's because I love it when people talk about their passion, because I think, yeah, when their stream a couple of weeks ago, I didn't know you're into like acting and theater and everything. That's really cool to know a person that does that. You still do it till this day, right? You still do like acting gigs and whatnot?
So I don't do gigs right now. I work full time doing acting, and I help with like production basically. And it's literally my full-time job right now is to act.
Yeah. It's about the hustle and stuff. I like that. Because I could totally tell from when you and Blindfold did the Scuffed Streaming Awards. That was really cool. Your the video that you guys like put together. It was just like all like a whole team together of like all you guys putting it. But that was really creative. This is me. Like I don't know if you could see my reaction, but like when I was watching, I was like, oh, oh snap, let's go. Like I was screaming, I was like, let's go, this is awesome, I loved it so much.
Honestly, because like another thing that I do on the side, like I do act full time, but like the way that the acting that I do is not necessarily like the acting I want to do. It's just acting and it's experience, you know?
Yeah.
And so like on the side, I want to find opportunities in order to like showcase talents or showcase another side of me creatively, which is what the skit was for too. I think that also showcased like not only Blindfold's acting skills, but mine as well. And then Blindfold did help with the skit. I primarily wrote it out, and yeah, and we just shot that separately and then put it together with the help of That Young Moose. Shout out to That Young Moose. He helped us edit the video.
Yeah, that was really cool. Man, I was just like so amazed by it, and I could tell like I was just like thinking about like the behind the scenes kind of stuff. I'm like, oh okay, I like this. This is really cool. No way, you founded the Scuffed Streaming Awards.
Oh my gosh, Blindfold, the co-host of the Scuffed Streamer Awards? What?
Yeah, co-host. Let's go. Oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought. I had something else, but I'll probably probably think of it later. But with your whole like acting and everything, do you think it's really helped you a lot to kind of get that platform using Twitch, for example?
So I wasn't acting until last year, actually.
Okay.
And I started streaming back in 2021. I think me getting into Twitch actually helped me get into acting because I've always wanted to do it. I just never had the guts. And being on Twitch has actually put me out of my comfort zone. I found a trust within myself that I can do things creatively. Because like I think I was in a creative slump for a long while, you know, especially during college. Like I feel like I just was so exhausted with school in itself that I didn't really have the opportunity to like explore myself creatively again. And so getting back to Twitch, I feel like that allowed me to channel a part of myself that's been missing for a while, and therefore finding an opportunity where I would be able to still do acting too and also be doing this on the side.
I really like that, just because when people, I feel like when I went in this platform, there's so many freaking talented people around this.
Yeah.
Around this community. Like, it's crazy. Like, some of them are just like, you know, like actors, artists, even doctors, or like nurses or surgeons or anything like that beyond it. But everybody kind of like has a creative side when they're just on Twitch, and they're just kind of have that self-expression and everything. And like, I could definitely feel that off you, because now like when you told me that, and I'm just like thinking of like all your streams that I've, you know, watched you in and stuff, I'm just like, she is an actor. Like she's in theater. Just how she like on her streams, how the energy that she flows, and I just love that. That's really cool, and I'm glad like a platform like this has helped, because I know it's helped me a lot, just because you know, I'm an artist. I like to showcase a lot of my artwork that I do, but I also have a little bit of that entertaining side, because I always wanted to get into theater, but I was really scared. I was always scared to be judged as a kid, so I didn't do it at all. So the closest thing that I did was just like, oh man, if I ever did like random like shoots with my friends, I'll be on it. If you guys want me to, I can like talk or do something like that for your crew, like your little like promo commercials, or I can help edit or something.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, that's so cool. I probably gonna get some tips from you.
Oh yeah. If you ever want to talk about that, we could totally like shoot together about anything entertainment, acting, film, whatever. Yeah. I love like talking about that stuff. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I'm just already thinking, I'm just like, man, what can I do with my art? But I can just like, you know, have you part of it, and maybe we can make something really cool. Because I always just like collabs, and I'm just already thinking of something already. But I have to write it down. I get you. Then I'll let you know.
Yeah, and like personally for me, like now that I'm like uncovering a lot about, you know, who I am creatively, and that'll be a whole process. Like that'll be forever evolving on who I am creatively, you know. I think like because I'm doing my first project, like I'm creating like a short film, very very short film, but like it represents my life and it represents the stuff that's been happening in my life. And I'm gonna be filming it, directing it next month. So like. Ooh. I'm also like getting out of my comfort zone outside of Twitch, but also implementing the things that are gonna get me out of my comfort zone onto Twitch. Because I feel like on Twitch, I want it also to be evolving. And I still want to maintain like a sense of getting out of my comfort zone too, because I don't want it to become stagnant. Not stagnant as in like social media analytics stagnant, but like creatively stagnant. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, that makes sense. I feel you on that. I'm just always thinking of like, what can I do to better this? Like, it's not bad, but I just want to evolve in a way.
Yeah.
Because I always think like that. Like, for example, when I was part of your Scuffed Streaming Awards, when I did the talent show, I was just like, I know everybody likes it, but how can I one up that? And I'm just like, I just want to be a creative person like that because I like the challenge and everything. And like already, I'm gonna do something this summer. So if you guys do another Scuffed Streaming Awards, I'm gonna get ready for it. So I'm already planning for it. So
yeah,
confirmed.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
2024 Scuffed Streamer Awards confirmed.
Yes. Also, yeah, we're gonna segue into that. How did you come up with that? I know because there's Blindfold Hero, there's Ugly Popcorn. Where did that concept come from? Why did you guys want to do something like that? Because it was a game changer. Yeah. If you guys haven't watched it, it's still on, I believe you still guys got like highlights on your channel. I know Blindfold has the whole thing on her YouTube channel, so you guys can check that out. But yeah, let me know about that whole concept and idea.
So I feel like I roughly remember this, and Blindfold, if you're here, like please put in input on how you remember the idea coming about, because from my recollection, and I have a memory of a goldfish, so bear with me here. From my recollection, I believe we were talking about this idea, and I forgot who said it. I don't know if it was Blindfold or Blue Sapphic or myself or Popcorn. Somebody said something about an award show, okay? And it was during my stream, I believe. And we like started talking about it. Blindfold was like, oh my gosh, I would be so down to do that with you. And then I was like, oh, me too. And like, you know how like people would like say like, oh, I'd be down to do this. And then, you know, there's no follow through. There's nothing that really comes about. Well, there were actually, oh, Hillagix, was it you? Honestly, that sounds like something Hillagix would say, honestly. But yeah, Blindfold ended up talking to me about it, and then we just was like, you know what? Let's just do it. Screw it.
Yeah. Nice. What was the process like? Just like putting everything together. Like what month did you guys like start like planning? Like, was it last year or early 2023?
It was early 2023. So I believe it took about like 6 weeks prior to the actual award show for us to like get everything together. And so we probably have been talking about it like 2 months or so before the show. So that means it was all the way back in January when we started like talking about it and then planning it out. In the 6 weeks, basically me and Blindfold, we created a Google Doc and then had like a to-do list. It was January 31st. I remember that exact date. We started talking about it. Oh my gosh, Blindfold!
Nice.
Yeah, and so we created a Google Doc and basically created a to-do list on things that we can do in order to like slowly build this show. And like we had to create a bunch of ideas on what we wanted to do, and the ideas that we had was like raffle, giving something away. And at first we were gonna like create our own presents or gifts or for the raffle to give away. But like that changed actually over time, where we had the opportunity to give a free game to 5 different people. So that actually changed within the week before the actual show.
Oh, okay.
Because originally it was going to be like gifts that we were going to make and send off to people. So like honestly, it was super ever changing throughout the whole process, because me and Blindfold didn't really expect it to blow up the way that it did. We initially thought that it was going to be like our own communities, and then like maybe some communities outside of our own that are connected to ours. But like the way that it like connected a bunch of other communities, and now bringing everybody else together, that these people I don't even know, and I met them literally the day of the show. And honestly, it was so beautiful just to see that, because like even hearing the amount of responses that we got, because like Popcorn would update us on like, okay, how many responses do we have? Me and Blindfold thought maybe like 20, maybe 50, and we ended up getting like about almost 200. I hope I have that correct. Wow. Almost 200 responses for the votes. And so like we're kind of freaking out a little, because it was like, oh wow, this is getting serious. Like this is like turning really legit. And then when we did like 2 rehearsals, and the first one being like a rough rehearsal, and then the second one being like, okay, we're gonna try to do an actual rehearsal. You could never do a rehearsal, like an actual tech rehearsal.
Yeah. Because
you can't stream it. So like the things that happen on stream, it just ends up like you gotta improvise and find your way through it, through all the scuffiness, you know?
Yeah, that's perfect because it's Scuffed Streaming Awards, so it had to be scuffed. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, but that's just amazing, because when I was just watching your whole event, I believe it was like, I forgot how long it was, but I stayed throughout the whole stream. But that was really fun. I could tell like how organized you guys were, just putting things together, because I was like, oh man, if I did that doing tech, that'd be kind of like, well, for me, like overwhelming and stuff, because I like to do things in person, because I like doing event planning and stuff. So I was just like thinking of like, oh man, doing all the tech stuff and just like, oh no, it's not working, because I'd just like, oh no, I'm freaking out or something. But you guys handle it such like pros, and I loved it so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And I was just like, wow, this is really well organized. Like you guys were just like on point, just everything together, and just like you said, you brought a whole community together that you didn't even know. I even saw some peeps in my community that got voted in the in the awards. I was like, wait a minute, I know her. She's part of the art community that I am. And I'm just like, I think this is our first time meeting like Kayak and Blindfold and everything, and everybody here. I was like, oh, okay, this works, you know, because of word of mouth really helps when you guys are just retweeting or just like liking posts, because when you do that, other people see it through your community, just not on Twitch. I'm talking about like Twitter, Instagram, all that kind of stuff, and then when they see that, it just blows up. And that was one of the coolest things, because to me, personally, y'all are game changers for what you did for the small communities. That was really fun. Like I got legit sad when it was ending, because I felt like I was at TwitchCon, and I was just like, man, this is so cool. I'm like, it's ending. Like I remember just going to the street, because I had like that, like, because I had so much fun being part of the town. So thank you again for letting me be part of that.
Of course, it was awesome. It was so awesome you were part of it.
Yeah, and just getting to know people like, you know, Kev and Neon are here, and Kaya. That was cool chatting with them while we were like waiting and everything, and it was just cool. And I just heard people too, that when you had everybody in that when they were waiting for their awards, and you had like maybe like at least like 40 or 50 people in there, but everybody was chatting in the Discords, and they told me when they like, it's cool, they rate, you know, some people rated over to me that were from the Scuffed Streaming Awards, and they were just saying it was so much fun just getting to know everybody, especially when they were nominated and stuff. So, you know, Blindfold, Kayak, Popcorn, you guys, You did something really great for everybody in the community. So big hearts to you guys. You guys get the biscuit energy in the POP. Let's go.
Aw, thank you. Yeah. First off, it was really awesome that you were part of the talent show. Same to you, Neon, Kaya, Kev. Like, you guys did an awesome job, and like, it's definitely out of your comfort zone considering the amount of people that were also watching and that were a part of this event or participating in this event. And you guys doing what you did and like showcasing your wonderful, wonderful talents. It's out of your comfort zone, and I really freaking appreciate you guys doing that. And it was amazing just to see what you guys prepared. It was really, really awesome, and I genuinely appreciate that because like the fact that people even want to be a part of this event that me and Blindfold made, you know, like, and then considering the impact that it has created in different communities and for different people. Me and Blindfold have talked about this. It warms our heart, like literally makes my heart melt so much to see how much of a positive impact it has provided for others.
Yeah, it's a good source just like to build that sense of community, you know. It's the friendships that you never know, the people that you're gonna meet and stuff. That's why like I always have to really gravitated toward Triforce because, you know, I think I met him early last year and stuff because he was doing a Pokemon stream, and I usually like to raid over to new people when I do Pokemon streams, and he was one of them, and I just loved his energy, and he gave that energy like back to me like right away. He would just like come to my streams and stuff. He would introduce me. That's why there's a lot of people that are here on the chat that I met through Triforce, like you, Kayak, Blindfold, Hillagix. Like there's just whole bunch of people from his community. That's why I get really sad that he, you know, he's currently on hiatus right now, but I'm sure he's doing well and everything. But I remember messaging him because I told them like, oh yeah, I'm going to TwitchCon and I'm gonna go meet Kool Kayak in IRL. So I'm just gonna say like, thank you. I told him like, dude, thank you for like introducing me to amazing people through your community, because if it wasn't for you, you know, these amazing people like have been part of the community and my life. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I miss Triforce a bunch too. Triforce, like, he has such an amazing presence, and it's like calming, but calming and welcoming, and like a little sense of chaos.
Yeah.
He's a great streamer, and I definitely do miss the fact that he's not streaming anymore, at least right now. But yeah, 100%. It's so funny how things work when you just like meet people through other people's communities, and then the friendships that you maintain and foster based off of a mutual friend or a mutual connection with somebody.
Yeah, because whenever I meet people, this is the point like of the podcast. I like to do these because, you know, I want to introduce people to awesome people that, you know, you've never met, you know. And I have an amazing person like Kool Kayak here. She is multi-talented. She like loves video games. She's a content creator, actor, and it says here that you're a dad joke connoisseur. So, what are your favorite dad jokes, Kayak?
Oh my god, you put me on the spot. You put me on the spot.
Oh yeah, I gotta ask those hard-hitting questions.
Okay. So when I say dad jokes, I typically mean like puns, conversational puns. And so like, you know, the funny thing is that I'm a connoisseur, as in I consume dad jokes and I laugh at them. And then occasionally I'll make my own puns and stuff like that. But for the most part, I am somebody that that appreciates dad jokes. If anyone that actually makes dad jokes in my chat, it's actually Armog and Armog's papa.
Nice.
But yeah. But off the top of my head, this one's so stupid though.
No, do it. There's no such thing as a stupid dad joke. Come on.
Okay. No, this is so stupid. Okay, so R.I.P. boiling water. You will be missed.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not gonna lie, I had to like look at, I have like notes, I have a notes app,
Yeah.
and I have like a list of different dad jokes, so I'm just looking at my notes app right now.
Oh my gosh. What else do you have in there? Give me a couple more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm a little afraid of speed bumps, but I'll slowly get over it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Another one.
Yo.
Oh, this one's a classic. I had a dream about being a muffler. I woke up exhausted.
Oh. Guys, exhausted. Oh my gosh.
I can't imagine a more beautiful thing.
Okay, one more. What do you call a fake noodle?
What do you call a fake noodle?
An impasta.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Cheers.
Yo, cheers.
Cheers.
I am like legit tearing up. I love this. Wait, I think I got one for you, Kayak.
Okay. Let me hear it.
Why did the skeleton go to the movies alone?
Why?
Because he had nobody to go with.
Ah!
That's my one, and that's it, guys. I'm done. Oh my gosh, I love that. Dad jokes are the thing, guys. Dad jokes are the thing, you know?
You know, people hate on dad jokes and puns. Like, I've told some dad jokes, you know, and I feel like a lot of people be like, "Oh, come on, whatever."
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just like eat that shit up. It's so stupid where you just have to laugh, you know?
I know, it just makes you have to laugh. It makes you smile. It's kind of like, I don't remember if they still have those. Do you remember eating popsicles and they would have jokes in the back?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Those are very similar like that, because those were like the original dad jokes. I remember that. And I remember just looking at them like, kind of like laugh a little bit. I'm like, wow, this is kind of funny. I love it.
Just like, anyways.
Yeah, then throw it away.
I think Armog has one. Okay.
Okay, what
Which
you got?
body part is most reliable? Well, you can always count on your fingers.
Oh my gosh. Count on your fingers. You can feel free, guys, if you want to type in dad jokes over here for us to listen to. Feel free to highlight it. We'll read it out here on the chat. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. What else do I have for ya? Oh yeah, I noticed that you like talking about music a lot on your streams because you usually go to concerts and everything. What's your favorite concert? You can do multiple too, so it doesn't have to be just one. What are your favorite concerts you've ever went to?
Off the top?
Yeah.
Silk Sonic.
Silk Sonic? Okay.
I have a poster behind me. You can't see it on stream, but
what's that band all about?
So Silk Sonic is actually two different musicians and artists coming together.
Mm-hmm.
Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear about that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And my favorite genre of music is like primarily like funk, disco, R&B, soul, like elements of those together. Mm-hmm. Which is basically them. They're pretty much like a funk band, essentially. And I saw them live in Vegas, actually. And the performance, oh my goodness. First off, the thing about Bruno Mars is that he's a performer. He's been performing since he was a child. He used to be an Elvis impersonator in Hawaii. Mm-hmm. And then he has always just followed music since then. And he creates his own music, but then he also paired up with Anderson .Paak. And Anderson .Paak, he's like a rapper and a singer and an excellent drummer, a fantastic drummer. So they both use their strengths in that performance. I could see it. I could see they both use their strengths in order to create a wonderful show. And they have an amazing chemistry with one another that they just like banter and like go off on one another. But then they come together and create beautiful music and beautiful harmonies. So, for instance, there's this song called "Put on a Smile" by Silk Sonic, and it's like a ballad. It's a very like sad song, like heartbroken song,
Mm-hmm.
They made that song. It's probably like 4 minutes long. They like really milked it and like turned it into a like 10-minute performance of like saying their basically doing so many harmonies and riffs off of one another.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just turned into something so beautiful. I cried so much during that performance. It's like an iconic one for me.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
My gosh, like I didn't know. Yeah, I wrote that down on my notes to just take a look probably right after stream. I'm gonna give them a listen. I didn't know Bruno Mars just had something like that going on. He's one of my favorites too. I love pretty much like whatever he makes the music. It's just so beautiful. Like every time like I hear it, like his even older, newer songs that he has, it always just brings a tear to my eye because he's like really like he sounds so beautiful, just the way he makes his music and everything.
Yeah.
And I don't know, he just remind me of just like a modern day like Michael Jackson, even though he's like his own thing, but it's kind of like how he just has that vibe to me because I was a big Michael Jackson fan when I was a kid, and just being able to just have him just kind of recreate that but making it his own is really cool. So I'm definitely gonna give that a listen. That's cool. Awesome. Do you have any other artists that you like?
Let me see. I have as you know, like I'm very much into music because, I love to sing and I play guitar and all that stuff. And I love like when I go to shows, I like tend to like critique performances. But I also enjoy them for what they are.
Yeah.
A recent performance that I went, which was at Coachella, was this girl named Remy Wolf. And she's a powerhouse singer. Like her voice in itself is just magnificent. And she is also very colorful. Like her outfits are very unique and colorful. Her hairstyles, the hats she wears, the glasses she wears. She's just very like stylish and colorful and just like bam, you notice her,
Uh-huh.
And her personality too is very quirky and funny, so she adds that to the performances. And that's why like I feel like when I watch her, I can like see myself being that way when I perform. Like, like I feel like I connect with her in that way whenever I saw her perform, or even just hearing her music and seeing her music videos. But yeah, she's also another artist that I'm like, yeah, she's really cool live.
What's her name again? I'm gonna put in my notes too.
Remy Wolf, Remi, and then Wolf.
Okay, cool. Thank you for all this. I'm definitely gonna I'm always looking for like new artists and everything, and how you're describing that one is just like, ooh, okay, I like that vibe already. Like how you're describing
she's cool.
I like it, the vibe already. Oh, but that's cool. You went to Coachella. How was that?
Coachella was really awesome. I've always really enjoyed going to like music festivals, especially when it's a bunch of artists and a variety of different artists that I can like experience and watch and see how they perform. Because like for the most part, I go for the music. That's the main reason why I go.
Yep.
And for Coachella, I did choose to go because of Frank Ocean, but unfortunately he pulled out. Oh. So there were still some artists that I was like, okay, I'm gonna stick around because I'm curious to see how they perform. Mm-hmm. And like, I know I'll always come out as a fan of somebody, maybe that I didn't know at first. And one of them is actually Bad Bunny. And like, I would listen to Bad Bunny, but not like listen on and on. It would just be like, oh, if it comes up, I'll listen to him. And I'm not going to like go out of my way to listen to him.
Yeah. Bad Bunny's a vibe. I like Bad Bunny.
That's changed now.
Yeah. Like, it's funny how I got introduced to Bad Bunny because he actually wrestled at one of the WrestleManias. He's actually, I saw that. He's really good at wrestling. I didn't know that he actually has a match next week in Puerto Rico.
I heard about that.
So I'm like really looking forward to that. But like when I like heard about like Bad Bunny, I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to some of his music. But I was like, whoa, he's like #1 in the charts as a Latin artist, but just not in just where he's from, but all over the world. People love his music and stuff, and I would just listen to Bad Bunny. I'm like, whoa, okay, I like it.
Yeah, after seeing him live, because he put on a 2-hour show when I saw him. After seeing him live, I did find a new respect for him and the amount of effort he puts in his performances too. Because when he was doing his performance, it looked like a music video. Like, it was so well done. He had his dancers, he had other people there. He brought out different groups, like, because he made his show about the representation of like Latin America in music, basically. And like showcase different artists who are from Latin America and like seeing how much of an influence they have on different music. And so I was like, I love that. I love that you feel a sense of pride, because he's one of the biggest, like, one of the biggest Latin American artists in the world. And so, yeah, he's using his platform to showcase that, but to also like bring out different groups and showcase, like, he's from Puerto Rico, but he brought out a Mexican band to like perform for everybody.
Right.
And yeah, and so I honestly really respect that. And that's also another reason why I became a fan too, because I saw that.
Yep. Yeah, if you're able to, using your platform, especially representation, that's really important. Like, I always do my best to do that too, because I'm a proud Filipino American. I just like to always embrace that, especially what happened. I think it was like 2020, 2021 with all the, the Asian hate that was going on.
Yeah.
And I represent that till this day. I have it like on usually one of my titles, stop, AAPI hate. And, because that's big into like my culture, and I love like I have a platform like this, I'm gonna speak out about it. I'm gonna talk about how proud I am with just like, with my family like immigrating over here, and I like to tell stories about that because, as growing up like a new kind of like generation, I just like to like learn about it and, pass that on to others, because if you have that representation and you're able to have a platform like that, go say things that are like, you want people, like, if there's something going on around the world and it's just like people just don't understand, and you get that. That's why I really like that with some people. So good ups for Bad Bunny for doing that. Let's go. Yeah,
I agree. And like, I also agree with, I've always seen on the titles of your streams, you put stop AAPI hate. And I've always admired that too, because I completely agree. Like, when I went to San Francisco during that time when that was really like talked about, they saw a lot of art representing stopping AAPI hate. Which I loved seeing, like, the murals that people would make in the city representing to like stop, like please, like, just stop this. And so I don't know. I love seeing people coming together to just stop the hate.
Yep. No, it's really important, because I like to embrace, because you're a just chatting streamer too. And that's what I really like about you, because you engage with your community and talk about certain things, just like life in general, and that's what I really like about content creators. And I like be able to do that and share things that are bothering to me. Nothing too controversial, it's something that that's embracing, like my people, if they're just like hurt. And I want to be able to spread that message in the best positive way that I can. But at the same time, I'm showing those real vibes out, showing them like, hey, this is not right. This is not this and that. We ain't digging it. And just, spreading that, and getting a lot of respect from, this is what I like about the community. It's just getting a lot of respect. I haven't received anything that's really hurtful or hateful, like, oh, you should stop saying this and that. They're just like, I'm so proud of you, doing something like that.
Yeah.
This is why I love the great sense of the community. And yeah, going into just chatting streams, because I know you're a big one at that. What do you like about doing the just chatting streams?
I think I really enjoy engaging with my community and getting to know them as individuals, as a community as a whole, but also talking to them as if we are just like sitting down and having a conversation as well. I have always said this in my streams that I want my streams to feel like we're like at a kickback and we're having a conversation together, and it's welcoming. It's whatever you want to put on the table. There's no like judgment, and I would hope you would feel safe as much as you can on the internet to be able to talk about whatever you feel like talking about. And I also think it's an opportunity to if I want to make it about myself too, like to get to know who I am as a person, rather than just as a creator, to also get to know me as a human being, to get to know me as a person. And I think that's the biggest thing that I love about just chatting, is that it feels like people just talking instead of a creator and viewers.
Yeah, it's really important. I like that going into your streams, because I just like the best part is just everybody just engaging, just like talking about things, even if because we're human beings, we're allowed to feel these emotions, either for sad, happy, or anything like that, because it can balance in between. That's why I really like, because when people can read the room, they're just like, what, we're gonna talk about this, we're gonna just balance it out within this, and it just makes me really happy that you're able to do that. Did you win your award with the just chatting? Did you have one?
I didn't win just chatting streamer, just chatting streamer.
Okay, because I was just thinking, I was like, but yeah, because I was thinking about like, were you, because you're in the top category for me, like as a just chatting streamer, and I get inspiration from
thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because you're one of the peeps that like, oh, I really like that, because that's what I really enjoy. It's just like afterwards, I'm just like, I want to talk to my stream for 40 minutes just about life and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people go for the vibes mostly. And like they love the video games, they love the music and all that, but they go there for the vibes. They go there for the people. Like for me, whenever I visit somebody, I'm just like, I go there for the vibes, and you definitely. I'm always gonna give you that praise every time, boost up your motivation, because I always say like I have this, like it boosts up your serotonin, because I always like to do that with people, embrace that POP. So you always got that. So Kayak, thank you so much for always just being friendly towards me whenever I go to your stream, and just giving that sense of like welcoming, that hospitality, and you give that towards everybody. And I'm sure everybody here on the chat that are from your community feel the exact same way.
Aw, thank you. That warms my heart, because like that's the whole point as to why I do a lot of just chatting in general, is so that we can all get to know each other and like feel human and feel accepting of like our human stuff, like and I would agree that a lot of people who come to your stream, they stay there because of the vibes. They stay around because of your vibes.
Yep. And it's really important, because you don't know how impact that you could change somebody's lives, just something simple, just having to just chatting, or something like that. I'm sure you got like a few messages from amazing people from your community that tell you like, oh my gosh, this was awesome and stuff, because that's something to like always think about when you like get those type of messages. Just really embrace that, because sometimes for like the other part, we have things going in our lives, and sometimes we forget about that. And once
Yeah.
we're able to just like embrace that, it's just like, oh, feels good. That's what I do. I just embrace like all the love that people are given, and I'm definitely gonna read this chat like after the VOD is over, just to say that all the awesome things you said with just myself, but most importantly Kayak.
Yeah.
Okay, I got another one.
Okay.
So how, if when you're in a rut, how do you get yourself back up, Kayak?
Ooh, what a good question. How do I get myself out of a rut? So, what I tend to do whenever I do feel sad, um, especially sad, I will first off feel my emotions. Okay, because here's the thing. A lot of people that I know, and especially myself, I will sometimes choose to avoid my feelings or to run away from my feelings or completely ignore it and just do something to distract myself. But one thing I am trying to work on is actually addressing my feelings and actually looking at myself in the mirror and being like, okay, girl, you're feeling sad. Feel sad. It's okay. And validating that, yeah, you're gonna feel sad. Just embrace that this is just part of being human, is being sad. So after I try to do that, sometimes it doesn't work out, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I just need to do something to create a flow. So that would look like moving my body, roller skating, going to the gym. That sometimes I'll do that. Going on a walk, and sometimes it'll be just like journaling. I think journaling is the biggest one for me. Is being able to like talk about my emotions. If I'm not able to just like sit in it, then maybe I can just write it down and see what happens and see where my mind goes, and just letting that flow. I think that's the biggest thing that I do, try to get out of a rut, is journaling out my thoughts.
I like
Yeah.
all that. Yeah, I started recently journaling too. Just a little bit, but I don't do it a lot. But I like talking to myself in the mirror, because I have a mirror right in front of my door before I head out to work. Because
Yeah.
the usual like, oh my gosh, I have to go into work and doing all this, and I
Yeah.
just like, I had to take a deep breath. I look at myself. All right, don't think anything's gonna be bad today. Just embrace everything that you're going in. Everything's gonna be good, and just remember, you're surrounded by a lot of awesome people in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Feel grateful. I would just always like, like it takes a while. I don't know if it like how your experience was like when you go in the mirror. Just like it took a while for me, because it's just, I don't know why. It's just maybe because I'm not used to it, and society just like, oh yeah, because especially for guys, we have to be masculine and all that, and I'm
Yeah.
not like that. I'm very emotional. I don't like to be like that or anything. I like to really just embrace. But I just told myself, I love you, just be the person that you are. Then I feel good right after that.
Yeah, I think like I completely understand when it comes to like repressing your emotions or not like choosing to feel your emotions at first, and I feel like it is very prevalent within men, but I have also experienced that myself, where I choose not to feel my emotions. But when I look at myself in the mirror, sometimes I'll look and then I'll just start crying, and then I'm just going to like I just keep looking. I just keep looking at myself like it's okay. Like you're gonna be okay. And like you say, like you have so many people that you love and care about who also feel the same way about you. And consider yourself lucky to have the connections that you've built with people, because you can always reach out to them. I'll remind myself that, because I tend to forget that I can also reach out to people and share whatever I'm going through. Because like I think my instinct is to not share the inner thoughts that make me cry or make me feel angry until it's over, until like I've solved it within myself. But sometimes you just need to share your problems too. Sometimes you just need someone to allow the space for you to just vent what's happening in your life.
Yeah, because when you vent, it really feels good. Like to just
Yeah.
kind of let it out, because you keep it so boggled in for so long and everything, and like that's why like going into like just not just having my close friends or family over here, but the community, just like on Twitch, or even the people that I met through like Instagram or anything, because it's just really cool when you're able to just kind of express anything. But I kind of like have my limits where I'm just like not gonna be like this and that, but I just want to express like, I'm feeling sad today, this and that. But everybody, when they give me that source of energy, I just always take it in, especially our conversation right now. I'm really taking it in, Kayak. So thank you so much for sharing like how you get out of the rut and everything, because that's always a good like daily reminder to ourselves to always keep doing something like that for ourselves, because lots of self-care, and we all earned that. We work all really hard through like our jobs and stuff, especially we go on Twitch too, because that's like, I don't think of it as a job, but it's like another thing to kind of like plan and do things, because we out here bringing smiles to y'all faces, and that's my favorite part to do, is just like to make you guys smile. And I'm sure Kayak, you're the same thing too, because whenever I go to your stream I smile. I'm like, Kayak, you're so cool.
Oh, I'm glad. I mean, there was a point where I was going through a rough time in my life, outside of stream, and I was initially going to take a longer hiatus, but it just didn't end up working that way. Because then I thought one day, I felt the urge to stream. I was like, I really want to stream and just like talk to everybody and see how they're doing. And so when I went on, like the reason why, like the thought in my mind that was happening was, if I'm gonna show any kindness to myself during this rough time in my life, then maybe that kindness could also spread to others, and we can have this share of energy that's just kindness and happiness, and maybe that would both lift our spirits up in the event that somebody on who's watching is also feeling sad or feeling a type of way, that they would be able to like feel the kindness that I'm trying to show for myself and others, and that they would also implement that in that current moment too.
Yeah, that really helps a lot, because they get it, like it takes two, really, like it takes any other community, because they give you that love back, and I embrace that so much, and I love that. Like when I'm always talking about your streams, but just like whenever I go in, I just like chat a little bit, but I'll have you on the background while I'm like creating stuff, and I do that for a lot of people on here, and they're just, my favorite part is just like them, just having fun, embracing what they're doing with their community, just chatting or playing their favorite video game or music or anything like that. And it just motivates me. I'm just like, okay, because I just always hear like you in the background, and they're, people, you're just like goofing off with your community. I'm just like, I love that energy right now. I really legit scream out, like, this is what I do, guys. Like, because I live by myself, so no one's here, so I can scream out as loud as I want here. So I'm just like, look at Kayak having a great time. Let's go. Like, I do that because I love that energy. I feel off of that. So I'm just like, man, I can't wait to stream tomorrow or something like that, because I feel off of that. And that's really cool. I really like that.
I'm so glad you feel that way. That is freaking awesome. That the energy that's on my stream ends up rubbing off on you, and even makes you inspired to stream. I feel excited to stream again. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, it always feels great, especially, just this community. It's so cool. Like, how long have you been streaming for?
Maybe like a year and a half now.
Really? A year and a half? Okay. When's your anniversary?
My streaming anniversary will be on November 3rd or 4th.
November 3rd.
This year.
Right. All right, guys, remember, November 3rd.
Mark your calendars.
Mark the calendars every November 3rd. It's going to be a party at Kool Kayaks. It's going to be fun. But yeah, it's just crazy. Do you feel like you still like have that same type of vibe from like when you first started streaming, and like when your first stream you ended like, oh my gosh, that was great? Do you still feel like that every time you end a stream?
Yeah. I would say it's grown over the years over time, how that feeling comes about after stream. So for instance, when I first started streaming, like, you know, there wasn't anybody there, but I felt at the time it was like I feel proud that I did that, that I finally I finally committed to it and just did it, and I had fun doing it. And then as time has gone and like communities have grown here, and like I've met beautiful, amazing people while at it too, that now when I stream, I feel immensely thankful that there are people who want to spend their time with me while I'm streaming, and that they take the time, whether that is like 2 hours to 12 hours. Because, you know, there's people in my community who have stuck around, especially for my subathon, from literally the first minute till the last minute, which could be 12 hours.
Yeah.
And the fact that somebody feels that way, they feel excited and they want to be there, it makes me feel really, really special. Like, it makes me feel honored that someone would want to, you know?
That's,
yeah.
I know, like, I totally feel that. I always embrace people's time. Like, you guys in here, thank you so much for hanging out with me and Kayak, you know, while we chatting and eating lunch, and just like hearing out, like, especially, you know, Kool Kayak story. And also I have a command over here, so guys, if you're not following her, go check her out, like, on her socials and everything. She's cool. Like it says, she's cool and she's the kayak, all right? But
thank you.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I really like that. Just having somebody, like, it doesn't matter if they're there for like 2 seconds, 2 minutes, 2 hours, 12 hours. We embrace the time, guys, that you give out, you know, just to, like, to hang out and everything. We really appreciate that. So y'all awesome. Y'all the MVPs. And it's like that one with Kevin Durant where he's crying. You're like, y'all the MVPs.
Yeah, like, it's any time someone just takes the time out of the day, even just to drop by and say hi, or even just to drop by and lurk, for even just lurking, like, it's the fact that they're giving me any sort of time of their day, and that's what makes it really special to me. So at the end of streams, I'll feel a sense of like thankfulness, gratefulness, and like it's kind of like a come down from all the excitement too. Right. Where I'm like, okay, we're relaxing, but that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you gotta take it all in. Each stream. Then you just get, I always just feel like it's just like you get more energy. It's like a power level. Like if it's just like, you know, I always compare it to like animes for some reason. Like if they, you know, because you get that source of energy, and like each stream, it just makes you better. You feel that too? Right? Awesome. Yeah. And it just makes you want to work really at your, like, being like really creative, right? Because you said you always want to expand your creativity, what you want to do for your streams and stuff, because that extra boost, that energy that the people give you, man, it just like, oh yeah, I'm definitely working on something. Because I know for sure, like, after the stream, I'm going to be working on something, because I'm just feeling off the natural serotonin energy from everybody on the chat. Then, of course, you know, you, Kayak, for, you know, being here. I just love it. I'm embracing it.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I feel like I've experienced that too, where I feel very inspired, especially when people in chat, like, offer ideas too, or like they talk about, like, even just the Scuffed Streamer Awards. Like, that's a huge example of, like, you know, Hillagix bringing up the Scuffed Streamer Awards, and then Blindfold being like, let's do it. And then I feel like, okay, yeah, I'm down. Like, it's out of my comfort zone, but I feel super excited to try something new.
Yeah.
And then for that to follow through and, like, something actually got created from that, it's beautiful.
Like,
chef's kiss.
Yeah. Like I said, I compared it to TwitchCon 2022 last year. Yeah, how was your TwitchCon experience last year?
So last year I went by myself to TwitchCon, and it was like considered like a solo trip. I'm gonna try it out and stuff like that. It was really fun, honestly. And it was also, I know I keep saying this, but it was also an opportunity for me to get out of my comfort zone, like really try to interact with people and like me creating an energy and welcoming other people in order to create a connection,
Right.
essentially, and like meeting different streamers such as you. I met Bronner in real life, which was like crazy to even like think that we ended up crossing paths in real life. I don't know, like to me, I'm like, you know, you get so used to seeing somebody through a screen, then when you see them in person, it's like, whoa, you're an actual person.
Yeah, I know.
You're an actual person. Oh my god.
I have a fun like example, like because I met two of my friends and I just overheard them and they're just like, D-Rad's not a robot, and I'm just like, what? And it's like how they are because they're goofy on stream, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, you guys are exactly the same how you are on stream. They're just like, yeah, I'm glad you're not a robot, and I'm like, no, real life.
Yeah, and I think that was essentially why I wanted to go to TwitchCon in general, was just to meet people that I've met through Twitch. And I would hope that I would get to go this year. I don't know if I'll be able to, but that's my exact plan. Is I'm just want to meet people while I'm at TwitchCon.
Yeah, that's the same. And even if you can't make it in, remember Kayak? I think you were talking about it. Kayak Con 2023 or 2024.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have it.
We're creating our own con this time.
we're gonna have it somewhere. I don't know where we're gonna have it, but it's gonna be awesome. Renting out a place, and we're gonna party or something like that. No, because that's actually a really great idea, Kayak. Because I was thinking of something like that too. Because I really like event planning, like I told you, and I really want to make this vision come to life. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I really want to do it. But I really want to, like, if people can't afford TwitchCon, because I know it's pretty expensive to go out there, but just be able to do that for like a community and just like have a whole bunch of your friends, like, you know, travel and just like come hang out, even if you have everything like set and everything, you know, because y'all can Airbnb together, so it can be cheaper, you know. And the event, like for me, like my vision is like the event will be free, so there's no like coverage. It's like I just have to probably, like, if the place is like hosting, you know, donations are optional, kind of like that.
Yeah.
But I like that. If you ever do one, Kayak, let us know, because I'm down for Kayak Con 2023 or 2024. I'm already waiting for my tickets.
Yeah, you will definitely have an invitation to go. Definitely so. Honestly, if I was able to get that idea and, you know, have it happen in fruition, like, that would be so amazing, honestly. And like, I already know like a venue that I would want to rent out depending on the cost, but like there's this one that's like, it's like it looks like a backyard, but there's also an inside area.
Ooh.
And like, depending on the cost, I don't know, but either way, I think it would be really fun to create our own meetup and have a lot of fun together.
Yeah, definitely do that, and that goes for anybody too.
Costs. Yeah,
decrease costs. Yeah, because that's what I was thinking a lot. Just because with the whole going to TwitchCon, I wasn't even there throughout the. Well, because I didn't go out the first day because I got a 3-day pass because I had family over, so I want to hang out with them. But I don't know if you did this, but we mostly hung out outside the con because we want to go out to eat and karaoke. Did you do the same
nice
thing?
I actually didn't go out and about a lot. Okay. I did though, but like I would actually go to the panels because I was curious and then like try to see what other events they had. Like one of the events that I was like I had a lot of fun with was the drag show. That one was super fun.
Okay. When did they do that?
Yeah.
What day?
They did that last year. I think that was either day 1 or day 2. I think it was day 1.
Oh.
And the reason why I went was just to see how they do it. And then second off, I feel like that's a whole other community of Twitch that I'm not familiar with and that I would love to like get to know.
Yeah.
Because like I don't hear about drag or anything like that when it comes to Twitch.
Yeah, me too. I know they have a really great community. I've been to drag shows before. They're really fun. I really like them. They're so creative.
Yeah.
with their outfits.
I know.
They all look gorgeous too and everything. I was just like, oh, look at that! Like, oh, it's
Such
so
queens.
good. Yeah, they look because I was just listening to this podcast not too long ago, and it had forgot her name, but she does drag, and she was just talking
Mhm.
about like just comparing it to like because she said like she did theater a lot, and
Mhm.
she's just like, I like these costumes because she went into a topic that was like very like heavy and stuff, but I like how she embraced the positivity of all this, because she's
Mhm.
like, I don't know why people are scared of us. We're not gonna like do anything to their children or anything like that, because if
Yeah.
you're more concerned, go to the churches that are doing all that stuff and all that. And she's like, but here we're just providing that like source of entertainment just to be yourself. And like a lot
Yeah.
of these kids like love it because we're like living like dolls, like these like customized
Yeah.
dolls they would make, and they love it. The kids will go up to us like, we want a picture and everything like that. I'm like, that is so I
Aww.
like that energy that she brought in. And she's just like, yeah, and we're just like, we treat it like as like when people cosplay, we love doing like all these. It makes us feel like art, because he's like, I'm this person by day, like I'm a he him, then after that I'm a she they, and I become this living character. And I really
Yeah.
love that. That really like touched me, because I love when people just embrace that, you just go beyond it, because you're just like, oh my god, it's just a guy dressing up as a girl, like, oh my god, so
Like, yeah, no, it's a lot deeper than
untraditional,
that.
like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, man,
Mhm.
but be able to embrace that positivity within that, because I feel like a lot of drags from the community do that. So I definitely
Mhm.
want to do that too, get to know more of that community on Twitch and stuff, because I'm sure they're like freaking really creative what they do.
Oh
I
yeah.
I'm sure what they do on Twitch, like I bet like all the things that like they make and stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm sure it's gonna be really cool.
They are immensely talented too, because there was like, it's like a whole like lip singing thing, and they're like doing showcasing their own talents, and then they shout themselves out afterwards.
Yeah,
There were some people who came with like wonderful, extravagant outfits, and you know that they created that themselves. Like,
yeah,
I would say most of the time they created their own outfits, you know?
oh yeah,
So this person came out with like a beautiful, like peacock like dress, and sang beautifully, like some musical Broadway type of beautiful. Like, it was gorgeous the way that they were a smaller streamer too, but they just blew it out of the park. Honestly, I wish I knew what their username was, because I don't remember off the top of my head, but they were
mm-hmm.
beautiful the way that they performed.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's
because
a lot of communities to scope out, I feel like, at TwitchCon. So I think that's also a plus if you're interested in stuff like that.
most definitely, most definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah, because a lot of inspiration there. Because I think I only went to one panel. I think it was like maybe the second or third day, but it was the cosplay contest. And holy
Mm.
crap, the amount of work
Mhm.
that they put in that. And I just got sad because I was just like, because I know they were doing like maybe like the top 3 winners. I'm just like, can the winners that didn't get it at least get something too? Because that's a
Yeah.
lot of work, instead of just like having like, oh yeah, you made it to the top 10 or something like that. I'm like, there has to be
Mhm.
more than that. Everybody has to win here. It's just the amount of work that people do, and it's cool because they do it on stream. You get to see the progress. It's my favorite part about streaming too, is that everybody getting to see the progress. Like, for example,
Mhm.
Blindfold Hero, when she's just started creating art on stream, because I never knew. Well, I knew she was an artist, but this is my first time seeing her create art. So I was just like, wow, this is really cool. Just like how she's just like putting things
Mhm.
together and putting those pieces and stuff into her illustrations. That's really cool. People love
Mhm.
progress, guys. So if you ever want to get into something like that, what you're making, people are gonna watch, and you can tell them what you're doing and stuff. It's the best thing.
That's it exactly how I feel, cuz like and so like I play despite the fact that I know I'm gonna suck, or the fact that I know I'm not gonna do as well as I would like to. But the way I look at it is just as you were saying, is like showing the process of myself, even if it's in the long term. Maybe it's not one specific stream, but maybe you'll see in one specific stream when I like get better at a song, or like over a certain amount of streams where you see me increase my skills over time. I feel like even just showing and increasing your own skills, it helps other people also feel inspired by that. Because like,
Oh, yeah.
I know for me, you always end up seeing people who've already like been working on their skill sets, who have surpassed, like they're basically masters at it, and they're like just working on their art at that point. But like seeing the process of like not doing really well, and then like slowly over time getting better and better, really showing like it takes time to like master a skill, or even just like get good at a skill. And that's okay. Just embracing the learning process. It's frustrating, yeah, but like embracing that learning process and showcasing that.
And you got people to cheer you on for that. It's like we were talking about earlier, that source of energy, because it'll just make you like get better at your craft, what you're doing. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing, Kayak. I would love to see more of that, if you're gonna do more of the music streams, or just playing the guitar to get a little bit better and whatnot. That's really cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, you're welcome. Also, your singing is on point. The reason why I added like I do terrible karaoke's because I'm not a professional singer or anything, but I got inspired by your when you were doing karaoke. You're like, I want to do one, but I'm just gonna put it as
oh, I love that.
Yeah, but I'm just like learning. Like I think I asked you a few things on your stream. I'm like, how'd you put that echo in there? Or something.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did ask me that.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, you could just actually put add something in on here. It's like a plug-in, and you could like do that. Then like the minute I like, okay, I found it, and it worked, and I did it.
Yep.
Yeah. So
nice. I love that.
Yeah. So it's like inspiration. Like you never know where you're. So you're with that. Thank you, Kayak, for just helping me out, just to find something like that, because sometimes I can be a noob about things with technology, even though everybody's like, hey, you're in design, you know about this. I'm like, I know only the applications of my programs, not the other ones. I'm still new.
All right, we all start out to be a noob.
Yep. Always a noob, forever a noob. That's for me, because I still don't know how to stream. I've been streaming for 3 years. I still don't know where things are. I was like, where's this at again? Wait, how do you rate again? I always say that.
How do you rate again? Let me see here.
Yeah, super scuffed. And I learned that term from you guys too. I didn't used to say scuffed a lot until like you guys were saying on your streams, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna use that now. So
it's so real though. Like, if it ain't scuff, is it really a stream?
That's true. There's no such thing as a perfecto stream. Just letting you know, there's nothing like that. There's at least something gonna happen, and you gotta embrace it. You gotta embrace the scuffness. Exactly.
Exactly.
That's what happened during the Scuffed Streaming Awards. I was like, everybody, you're just like, oh no, because I remember when, especially my video was coming up, like, oh, we can't open this. Oh, we were like, so sorry, guys. I'm like, everybody's like, just embrace the scuffness. And the chat, everybody was just like digging it, like, this is a Scuffed Streaming Awards, guys. Let's just embrace the scuffness while they get that video. It's part of the
brand. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're on to something. I love that. All right, I got a couple questions before I let you go, Kayak. Okay. But I just want to know, what are you passionate about in life? What's your biggest passion?
What a loaded question.
Yeah.
What am I passionate about in life? I feel like there's so many things that I'm passionate about. I'll list them off. So like we've talked about, I would say I'm passionate about acting. I'm passionate about the aesthetics of, filmmaking, even in anything revolving around entertainment. I feel like there's a passion that I have for it. I have found a passion within streaming too, and just building upon my creative process. I would say that I'm also passionate about self-improvement and not to the point where I feel like it hurts me more than it helps me. I think like one thing that I'm very passionate about really implementing in my life, and I'm still working on this, is like we're talking about, embracing the process. And that could be building a skill, or like embracing that you're just going through some shit and that's fine, and validating that. And I would say I'm passionate about like self-care or mental health. I like mental health books. So right now I've been slowly reading The Power of Now. And I've heard that it's going to blow my mind. So I'm kind of awaiting for that. I'm passionate about food. I love food. I'm a foodie. I'd consider myself a foodie. I love trying different foods. I'm passionate about... What else? Music. Oh, music. Music has always been something that allows me to actually like feel my feelings, and also take me in a different flow. And I feel like I always want to try to reach that flow. And I don't know if you know what I mean. Like when you're working on something, especially within like creatively, and you work on it for a long period of time, you notice that you get into this flow and time goes by so fast because you've been so immersed into what you were doing. That's how I feel whenever I am singing, like especially my favorite songs, and like working on my singing. I feel like that I get into a flow and I get lost in that.
I love that so much. I really like everything that you said, because you can have more than one, passion, and just that makes you who you are as a person, and that will continue to evolve. So I will always wish you the best with all your, endeavors that you do. Always keep that passion alive, because passion always wins. It always wins. What you're loved for, that will never go away. There's nobody in this world that can take away your passion. Nobody. You have that key. You're the only person that have that key. So, keep striving to be the best version of you, Kayak, because I really see, just for me, my personal, just see a lot going for you, just because the energy that you bring into your community. Like, I'm serious, I want you to be partner. So I want Kayak to be partner on here on the Twitch, or just not even Twitch, but any platform that you're on, because that's gonna be very goal oriented for you, just to embrace your things that you want to do for your acting too, because you're always gonna keep evolving. You're always gonna do that, and I like it because it's gonna inspire a lot of people on here that want to do something, including me. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you. I really love all that what you said. That was so nice of you to say, and I really do appreciate it. And you actually made me think about like another passion that I have, and I think this really sums it up, is just like really aligning to my own authenticity, whatever that looks like creatively, whatever that looks like just being by myself, in my relationships, my friendships, my family, like showing up with authenticity is like my main passion, I would say. And I think that sums up everything with all the rest of the passions I listed.
I love that so much. Oh my gosh. So yeah, keep doing. We're cheering you for on. Looks like they want you to be president. Looks like they want you to be president too on here.
Armog, I see that.
They want you to be president. I think this is a running thing that they do. They say, "What's your dream job?"
Yeah. What is your dream job? What's your dream job, d-Rad?
My dream job? Okay, if it's gonna be a real dream job, my real dream job is to be an amazing content creator, an artista, entertainer, and just I hope to be a motivational speaker, because I like doing that. So I hope to get my own TED Talk one day, and just embrace myself to being out there, and just I don't know. There's a lot of things. But yeah, those are all the things that I have.
Nice.
But
nice.
my dream job I also had. I think I got this from Blindfold Hero stream yesterday. Was to be a partner with one of the Choice members. I forgot her name. See, this is bad. So, but I forgot her name, but I googled her. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's beautiful. Of course, I want to be her partner for life. So,
oh my gosh!
so-
Wait, I want to know who it is now.
yeah, who was it? Blindfold. If you're still in here, who was it that
I have
got?
to know now.
Yeah, and I was like, and Blindfold's like, you don't even know her name. You can't be her partner or anything. Because I was like, oh yeah, because I like just said I was like, oh yeah, I'll definitely be her partner. And Blindfold was like, you don't even know who she is. I'm like, I just googled her. I definitely want to be her partner now.
I love that so much. I have to know who it is. If Blindfold's ever back, I'll ask Blindfold if anything.
Yeah, I gotta remind me.
I have to know.
Wait, JT, you were in there yesterday. Who was it that I got? As a Twice member, that I was gonna be her partner for life.
d-Rad has a bias.
Yeah, now I'm gonna learn about her now because I'm slowly turning into a once.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Blindfold has that. She has that thing up, but she just like slowly converts you into a once.
Not gonna lie, my algorithm, just because I like Blindfold's stuff on Instagram, I've been liking her stuff so much that my algorithm has K-pop in it, mostly Twice.
That has happened to me too. I haven't even like I think it was when I was like just following Blindfold. I think because I followed Blindfold, all my For You page just turned into Twice. I was like, wait a minute, what's happening?
Yeah, and I'm just like looking because I'm just like, ooh, look at all that like really dancing because I like to do like the K-pop dances. I should be on I should be on TikTok more, but I love it when I'm able to see those like dance. I'm like, man, it's everything on point. So I just put my phone up and I'm trying to do the exact same thing. Maybe on stream I'll do it one day. I'll show you guys what I've learned. But I'm slowly getting into that, but it's all Twice stuff. But there's so many members, so I'm just like thinking, I was like, okay, I gotta remember like all of them, who they are, and like kind of what their personality is and whatnot. But it's cool now. It's under my algorithm, so I have to embrace it and look at it. So it's slowly going, guys. So one day I'll go to a Twice concert because I love it. I want to go. All my cousins.
You guys heard it here, folks. You heard it here, folks.
Yep. Soon, guys. Soon I will become a once. Yeah. All right, Kool Kayak. I got one more question for you before we head out.
Okay.
I always ask everybody this, and it's the like hard hitting question. This is video game related. So, if you can play one video game forever, because of replay value or graphics or anything like that, and it always has to be one game, what would it be?
Oh my god. Okay, hold on. I had a few that came up in my mind, but I have to pick one, right?
Yep, just one.
Okay, for replayable. See, the thing with me is I'll get bored so fast. I get so bored. But the first one that came in my mind, though, was Stardew Valley. I have about 400 hours on Stardew Valley, and I only played Stardew Valley once on stream, I think. But I played it a lot, like back in 2020. And I feel like it has like a replayable value to it. Like I think I could like go back and I could play as a different character, and then I could also get married to somebody else each time. And there's a lot of folks in that town, so it would be a long while before I get to anywhere close to the end of the game. Yeah. So I think there would be a way to play that for a long time.
Ooh, that is a good pick. I heard so much about it. I got the game, but I haven't played it yet. But that's I feel like it's like kind of like it's kind of like an endless kind of thing, because I always think of it because it's like farming. It's very like sim like, so you're always doing something every time. It's the same thing for me, like Animal Crossing. I play that every day. It's like my
Yeah.
game that I play off stream, and I'm never bored with it till this day. Like I've been playing it since the pandemic, but
Yeah.
I feel like it has that same type of vibe. Does it? With the Stardew Valley a little bit, Animal Crossing?
It's similar, yeah. I think there's some similarities. I think Stardew Valley has a lot of like story that you can get into versus Animal Crossing. I think it's not as story heavy.
Yeah, because you're already done with like a task, or well, they don't really have a story, but you have
Yeah.
these tasks. Then once you're done with it, you just kind of pretty much go ham and do whatever you want and stuff. But,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, like Goob said, you can mod it. So like you can basically expand Stardew Valley and have more people or customize it even further. Like there's a lot you can do with Stardew Valley, and I think that would be a really good pick for a game that I'd play forever.
Whoa, I didn't even know that. That's what I like about mods these days. This is like video game technology or anything like that, especially if you're playing on the PC. Man, it just blows my mind how many people are not even like in the like they're not like the legit developers of the game, but they
Yeah.
can do something like that, and it's so cool. Because I'm sure because you play Mario, Paper Mario. Are you still playing that game?
No, I
It-
actually stopped playing.
Oh, why? What happened?
I got so frustrated with the game. I was like, I'm gonna just put a pause. I don't know if that means I will never play it again on stream,
Yeah.
or if I'm just gonna take a hiatus for now. But right now, I'm just not gonna play it.
Oh, hopefully one day.
I
you play it.
know.
But I think you were playing that. I was like, ooh, everything looks really clear and crisp over with the
Oh yeah, because the texture pack.
the texture pack you were telling me, and it's cool to have something like that, like mods or texture packs or some type of like emulation into it. It's just like they just make the game so much better than you when you played it as a kid. Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my
I agree.
gosh. Animal Crossing has crushing depth, says Armag. Ooh.
Yeah, you were always in debt, like the whole entire game.
Hey, I have a lot of bells, so if you ever need like a sugar daddy, I got you.
Oh my gosh!
Armag, I got a lot of bells, so if you want one, let me know. You can come.
Sugar daddy, I'm dead.
I legit had it's funny because I had a friend and he had so much bells because I needed to pay off my house, and I was like, thanks, sugar daddy. When he came. So I paid off my house with his bells.
That's awesome.
And
though.
now I have unlimited, I have a lot of bells. So if you want some, feel free to go over my island. I'll pay off your debt. I wish it was real. I wish it was like real life though. I wish I could just collect coins. Like go outside, shake a tree, coin comes out. I'll be rich forever. All of us would be rich forever. I want that Animal Crossing life. So we'll be on top.
I'll just have a bunch of trees in my backyard. I'll collect them every day.
I'll just shake them. You just have to wait each day. A new tree, a new bell will pop up. $100 worth of bells. My gosh.
That's okay. That's gas money right there.
That's true. Gas money. We need that. Oh my gosh. But Kool Kayak, thank you so much for being part of the stream. We really appreciate you for being on here. You're awesome. So
Thank you. It's truly an honor to be invited on the Lunch Show with the Friendo podcast. I think we had really good conversations today. If anything, I feel like we've bonded even more, and I really appreciate it. I'd love to collaborate with you any further with other things too. Just hit me up whenever. I really appreciated this time. It was really awesome.
No, not you. No, thank you so much.
Not you.
Not you. No, seriously, thank you too. I definitely would like to work with you like on some projects in the near future and whatnot. But the most important thing that I really liked is like maybe some of my community members didn't get to know who you are, and now they know who Kool Kayak is, and now you can go over streams and hang out. She does like amazing karaoke. She does just chatting. She'll maybe one day play Paper Mario again. So like all that stuff. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And and also everybody that's in the chat, thank you guys so much for being here, taking the time out of your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're from around this world, hanging out with me and Kool Kayak. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to say hi to a lot of you guys or read some of your things. I will read it like at the end. Like I'm usually like that because I usually like to check my VODs and stuff. So if I missed any of you guys, if you do come back, I was like, yo, I remember when you were on this chat and I missed it. And I'm gonna give you like an awesome shout out, kind of like that. So all right.
Yes, it was so much fun.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna do my ending outro here. Then we'll raid out. So I just want to say to everybody, thank you peeps for watching episode 19 of Luncho with a Friendo with Kool Kayak. I really appreciate all you peeps for watching. If you ain't following me on the socials, everything is at d-Rad PunX right above there. Of course, you're watching me on Twitch. I'm also on YouTube, SoundCloud, Instagram, and TikTok. And I also have a website, so you can check it out over there. But where can they find you, Kayak?
You can find me on twitch.tv/Kool Kayak, and my social medias are all Kool Kayak _. Yes, the command right there, Kayak, will show my social media link. You can find me through there on several different platforms. I am mostly on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. You can also join my Discord in that link as well. I also post a lot in there. We could talk even outside of stream from there.
Yay, awesome. Thank you. All right, okay, let's see who is on. Okay, I think know who I want to raid.
I bought the team.
Oh, sorry. You heard the ad. You didn't hear that, everybody.
You're good. I didn't hear anything.
Yeah. Okay, looks like I'm just seeing. This was the hardest part is raiding because there's so many cool people.
There really is.
I want to raid everybody. I don't just want to raid everybody, but Twitch limit us to do that. So why you gotta be like that, Twitch?
I know.
Why you gotta be like? Okay, I think. Okay, my friend is still there, so we'll go over to him because he's another person that I met through Triforce. Good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, his name is Synergy. I got to meet him on IRL at TwitchCon last year. So he plays games like Hades. He also does pixel art right at the end. He's really cool. So we'll go over to him. So yeah, guys, thank you guys so much. Again, I like saying thank you because those are my favorite words to say. I'm just gonna do this real quick. So if you are not subbed to me, totally fine. You can use d-Rad PunX Usi Raid, baby. But if you are subbed to me, you can use Biscuit Energy Raid, baby. And that's it.
Yes, thank you everybody. This was so much fun. It was really nice getting to know y'all, and thanks for listening to me talk about random stuff in my life.
Thank you. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, I forgot how to raid. I'm serious. Okay, I'm just like
I'm dead.
I'm just like I always hit the exclamation point. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm so terrible at this. It's not like you said, Kayak. It's not scuffed. I mean, it's what do you say? I'm bad at that. You do it.
If it ain't scuffed, then is it really a stream?
There it is. Again, thank you so much, Kayak, for being here. You're awesome.
Yes. You too, not you.
No, not you. I feel like we could do this for another 2 hours.
It'll go back and forth.
Yeah. I feel like we could do this for another 2 hours. That's how awesome the conversation was.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And maybe you'll be a returning guest here on Lunch with a Friend, though, just to catch up.
I would love to. Yeah, whenever.
Cool. All right. We're gonna head off, guys. So, bye, everybody!